win a race, I'm not going to go take that money and go on vacation. Where I'm putting it towards the program and, hey, let's find more speed. Maybe we can go win. If we won 20, let's go win 30 or 40,000. I mean, I'm always chomping at the bit. I'm looking for the next edge. I'm like, man, I experiment on the car almost every night I race. I try something new, or I don't stop trying to learn. I'm always looking for another tenth or 2 tenths or whatever it may be to figure out how to get faster. I mean, you got to.
Definitely. And I think I have to agree with you on that. I mean, obviously, there are some teams that are in the dirt late model world that, let's face it, I mean, obviously every driver out there, Tyler, like yourself, whether it's Tyler, Freddie Carpenter, or Scott Bloomquist, when they unload them cars, they're there, they want to win. But we have a certain amount of drivers now that, they're so competitive, they're so dominant. But besides what happened to Chris Madden yesterday, the sheer freakness of an accident that has sidelined him with a left eye socket injury, sidelining him from the Dirt Million and knowing how long he'll be out from racing, that man was on a well of momentum. He pocketed some of the biggest crown jewel races and big events, and this all spiraled after having this with no disrespect, sucky season with Skyline Motorsports, and halfway through the year they parted ways. He goes back to his somebody he used to drive for, where they had a falling out a couple of years ago. There was a rivalry there for a few years, and Scott Bloomquist, now they're united as one. No longer Sweet Bloomquist, but Scott Bloomquist race cars, and he has been on a well of momentum. The same way that I can say about you in the Mid-Ohio Valley and in Kentucky and West Virginia. You've done the same things. That Dome has done well. Drivers that, like you said, don't get the recognition that I think they deserve, and I think you're one of them that are in that caliber, but I also believe you're getting out of the Sutter.
Well, and that's it. Just like you said about the whole Madden deal, you can't take anything from Chris Madden. He's badass no matter where he runs. But I mean, look, just like you said there, who you're around, who you're affiliated with, and who's into the technology the right way. I mean, he's damn near. You can't beat him. I mean, right now, the fact that he got hurt, that sucks. Because I'm telling you, he'd have been the one to win that Dirt Million and been fighting for it. And but that just goes to show. I mean, with the Skyline Motorsports or whoever he was with, that was really good equipment. But it doesn't matter what car you drive. I don't care if it's one of our chassis, a Rocket, a Longhorn, a Warrior. I don't care what brand. Every car is a good car. It's just a matter of how you're setting them up and who's helping you and going about it the right way. There's so many ways to do things anymore. It's just about nailing it the right way. And I tell you, if Scott keeps Madden with him, that's going to be a team. Who knows how far they can go. And just like you say, I mean, there is a lot of drivers that don't get enough recognition. And I mean, I feel like I'm one of them, but I don't try to toot my own horn. But like Zach Dunn, I mean, how far could some of us drivers actually go if we was in the same position? I mean, is Madden any better than the rest of us? I mean, Madden a better driver than me or Dome or Tanner English or shit? I mean, there's so many names I could go on and on with.
Right.
But it's all in how you, like, who you're around, who you're affiliated with, and who's helping set the cars up, and understanding the way the cars are working and the way they ought to work. But I don't feel like, I mean, as a group of guys, as drivers, I think the good drivers are all good. If you could put, and everybody's different. I mean, I could probably get in Madden's car after he just smoked everybody and not even make the show in it. But it's not because that car couldn't win, obviously. It's just the driving style. You've got to find a sweet spot for everything.
What was your thoughts of Richmond, Kentucky, doing this big race, the Butterball, and biggest payout ever, biggest purse ever, biggest race for Ultimate, and seeing a standing room only crowd, seeing how packed that place was, adults, kids, sitting on the grass in the grandstands, lawn chairs around the bottom of the grandstand seating area. Anywhere you could probably sit at, it was slam full. And racing in front of a packed house like that. What's your thoughts?
I loved it, man. That's what I said. There's nothing better than going dirt racing. I mean, dirt racing's kind of staying alive. It's and it's only growing bigger and bigger. And we just got to keep the fans involved. We got to make it. I mean, some of these tracks need to make it a lot about the fans, because I mean, I know the fans will be there for the drivers, but you got to get some fans really excited about going and wanting to go instead of just watching a race. But I thought it was great to look up in the stands when we was out there for the feature, getting the introductions and stuff. And I don't even think you could stand up anywhere. Like, literally, it was so packed, like you said. I mean, it both ends, the front stretch, back stretch, it was just unreal how packed that place was. And it made it that much better knowing that you was doing it in front of a crowd, not 15, 20 people or whatever, a handful of fans out there. You had a heck of a crowd out there that you was racing in front of all of them. And whether they was there for you or not, they had to watch it. I mean, they got to watch it. They got all the excitement. And, I mean, it's cool just to know that our sport's staying alive and these fans are helping us keep it alive. So, I mean, I'm in it for the fans just as much as anybody.
This is the second interview that we've done together. Obviously, you were on the Morning Bull Ring with Speed 51 every Monday morning, 7 Eastern, 6 Central, recapping everything short track racing. I co-host that on several occasions on speed51.com. I know you've been on Dirt on Dirt. I know you've been on so many different media outlets. And, of course, this is the second time me and you've done an interview this week. And I try to change things up each interview compared to the questions I asked on Monday on the Morning Bull Ring compared to what I asked you here on Finish Line. But I don't know if you realize this or not, or even if it's sunk in, but because of Ryan Montgomery's misfortunes, having a timing belt issue and blowing an engine in his heat race on Friday night at the Butterball at Richmond, and you having the success that you had, you are now tied with Ryan Montgomery for the ultimate chew on this jerky Mid-Ohio Valley Super Late Model Series championship. Are you going to try to focus to try to go for that championship, or, are you just going to try to make whatever races you can? Is there a new mindset now looking at this goal? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, truth to be known, I hate the fact that Ryan Montgomery had problems. They are a great group of guys. They've raced their guts out. They put their all into it. So, I mean, I hate that anybody has problems. Whether it's my worst nightmare or my best friend, I don't wish problems against anybody. And as far as the whole ultimate deal, I'm not real sure what's going on with that whole situation. I mean, I was just racing to race and doing things any way I could, and it just so happened that now we're tied for the lead. But I got told at Richmond that I'm basically placing in points, but I'm not running for points because I didn't register. And I didn't realize that I had to get online or fill out a paper to register. I thought when we was paying a $105 entry fee every night or whatever, we was locked into the actual series points fund. And I guess miscommunications there or whatever went wrong, but I'm not actually. They're saying I'm tied for the lead in points, but even if I do win it, I don't get anything, I don't believe.
You need to pay that membership. Pay that membership.
I know.
You need to pay that membership. See if they'll let you pay the membership for it. Just tell them you didn't understand, probably. You thought you were.
I wish I could. I just don't think they'll allow. I mean, I've never missed a race with them. I was sticking with it, but I got told at Richmond that I should have paid that membership, and I was like, what are you talking about? So, I mean, they caught me off guard with all that and kind of like, well, that sucks. That's a bummer. But
yeah, especially not being tied.
It doesn't mean that I'm not going to go run the races, but it may mean now if there's a race that comes up that pays as good or better or it's even a couple hours closer or whatever may be going on, that I may not make the haul to the track because I'm not, you know what I'm saying, I'm not actually racing for points.
Right.
Which does suck. I mean, anything you can win, get your name on out there and scattered across the United States or whatever, all over social media. I mean, I need to get all the exposure I can get just to maybe make my future a little bit better. But it was just an honest mistake on my part. I didn't realize that. It was just a miscommunication somewhere along the line, or who the heck knows what happened. But
gotcha.
I'm gonna run their races, and it is what it is. If I win and actually don't get crowned the winner, it's my own fault.
Well, I appreciate you keeping that positive attitude and outlook on that. And, maybe the powers that be can possibly do something to work it out where you can get a membership paid or whatnot. Anyhow, I have nothing to do with that. But with that being said, congratulations, all the successes that you've got in your recent wins and career in the Mid-Ohio Valley, West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio. You've been kicking butt and taking names, and it's been an honor to follow you along for the ride. Real quickly, thank out your sponsors, and how can they follow the Kamikaze Kid, Tyler Carpenter, on social media? And I appreciate your friendship and being on Finish Line this afternoon.
All right, thank you, buddy. I need to thank, for one, Chuck Longbreak for lending me the motor. He's got a construction company, a demolition business. Anybody that needs anything like that done, look up Chuck Longbreak on Facebook. He's got a demolition business on there. I'm not real sure the name of it, but it's you'd have to look it up on Facebook, check that out. But I need to thank Kryptonite Race Cars, my dad, Freddie Carpenter, Eisner Race Engines, Kirk Eisner, Kevin Antle, they do my motors. Can't thank them guys enough. Anybody that knows me, you got to have a heck of an engine guy behind you. Need to thank Box Seat Production, Hoosier Tire by Todd Fry, Octane Race Products, Big A Muffler, HWE Trucking, the Jones Show. It's a Twitch channel. Todd Jones and his boy helped me on the race car a lot. Bill Steam Race Shocks, Swift Springs, Weir's Race Products, Quick Car, Dirt Car Lift, ML Performance, Matt Logan, he's my shock guy. You know, I mean, there's probably a lot of other little guys. I mean, the people out there that's helping me to it. I'm just not around the car to look at them all. But, you know, you got to have everybody. And it doesn't matter what they do. If they're willing to help, you got to give them a thank you, because you got to have any ounce of help you can get.
Definitely, definitely. Well, Tyler Carpenter, buddy, thank you so much for joining us on Finish Line. Continued success throughout the 2019 season. See you at the Granddaddy at the World 100. See you at the Fast Track World Championship and wherever else our paths cross. You are the man. There is kryptonite fever in the dirt late model world, and it's because of you, Kamikaze Kid.
Thank you, man. See you on the flip side, homie.
Yes, sir. The Butterball Champion. And so much more. Tyler Carpenter, number 28 from Parkersburg, West Virginia. What a show. What a finish line. We hope you've enjoyed it. We hope you have been along for the ride since its inception. And as we get down to the home stretch, the races are going to start getting bigger. The payout's going to be bigger. The prestige is bigger. Whether it's dirt, pavement, drag racing, karting, more. IndyCar racing at Pocono. They had a bad wreck on the first lap. People think that we need to ditch IndyCars at Pocono. Well, I'll take my friend Matthew Owens' quote. If we do the same thing with Pocono, 2.5 miles, then we should do the same thing with Indianapolis. Do you honestly think the Indianapolis 500 will ever go away? The greatest spectacle in racing? 2.5 mile crazy crashes at the world's fastest speedway in Indiana? I don't think it ever will. That's going to do it for our program. August 21st edition of Finish Line. Fox Sports Radio, CRN Sports. All of our podcast outlets, weslyoutland.com. Thank you to our guest panel, including Burt Myers, Boris Jurkovic, Eric Riggins, and Tyler Carpenter. For executive producer Trace Knight, everybody that makes it happen, enjoy the rest of your week. I'm Wesley Outland. As always, remember, in the road to life, whether it's dirt, pavement, drag racing, karting, Indy cars, tractor pulling, doesn't matter. There is always a finish line. Make yours a great finish, and as always, enjoy life. God bless you all. We'll do it again next Wednesday. Archives will be up in a few moments where you can share, retweet, like, and we'll do it again. Finish Line. Always use the hashtag Finish Line when you promote our show. Thank you to our sponsors, all about rapscraninsider.com and Dirt Car Lift. Enjoy your week. I'm Wesley. God bless you all.